Hello. I am hoping my internet is going to be all right. I'm boondocking. Hi. It's been a while. I feel the nerves starting to build every time I start to do one of these, and I haven't done one of these in a while because there's a new me coming through. And I wonder if we're going to have enough internet. Here it is, hopefully. You guys hear me all right? If not, I'll just do this in one place from my phone. Okay. Sometimes I take these sabbaticals, and I've been on this sabbatical. I've been in this time period of silence and reflection after what I can only describe as a really difficult season. Anyone had one of those? A really difficult season? And as usual, smooth roads never made skilled drivers. And so when the road gets rocky, as it did, I know that I'm actually being prepared for something else. My journey is getting me ready. It is altering me. It's shifting me. It's evolving me so that I can be ready, so that I can be more, so that I can take on the next thing on my adventure. So we've been traveling, had ideas and creative spark bubbling for a little while. And we've been traveling. We've officially gone from one end of the country, the top of the country, down to just about the bottom. We're in Arizona right now. I'd love to show you the desert, but it's so bright out that you just won't be able to see anything. I'll show you pictures later. Oh, y'all, I'm different. I have been changed. I have been transformed by the journey. Haven't you? All right. Well, I'm back from outer space. Our journey's like nowhere close to done, and so we've been turning out some podcasts. Be sure to go check that out. It's called Happily Yes. Go check that out. And we've been turning out podcasts while we travel. We've got a bunch of things that are brewing and that are building. But have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt the tension of a creation? Like it's still taking form. You can't rush the process of creating, can you? All right. I wanted to give you guys a teaching today, and I'm just going to get out of the way because there's a bigger message that wants to come through me, and I'm feeling it like start to tickle me now. And I've noticed that some of the people that popped on that aren't meant to be here right now have already popped off. Those that are meant to be here to hear this are here. I titled this talk, Gratitude and Tolerating the Intolerable. It feels so icky. Do you feel it? Gratitude and tolerating the intolerable. Where has your programming, your programmed propensity, your programmed predisposition to gratitude, where has that thing? Okay, and it's programmed. So what does it mean to be grateful? I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to use the 1828 dictionary because words have a specific energy. The words that you use matter. They carry energy. And as you speak them and as you use them and as you embody them, they send out an energetic frequency. Okay, so the words that you use matter. And one of the ways that we have been manipulated and we have been controlled is that they have altered our language. They have changed the words. I mean, gosh, like you see it now. Look at all the text speak. We don't even speak in words anymore. We speak in freaking emojis, right? We speak in GIFs. We speak in video blurbs. We don't even talk to each other anymore. They've altered the language. So the language that you were using to describe your reality, matters. We're going to look this up. Grateful. I'm so grateful. Gosh, I'm so grateful. Having a due sense of benefit, kindly disposed towards one from whom a favor has been received. I am grateful. Okay, I'm walking through Costco the other day, and I really hate Costco, and I hate the games they play, and I also hate that the damn groceries are a quarter of the price of anywhere else. It's stupid. They really manipulate people. But I'm walking through Costco the other day, and we're talking to the lady that's like standing at this totally bullshit sample station that they have set up now, right? Like they've got the box and the samples there, but it's all plastic wrapped, and they're behind like two cages, and they've got like a face shield and a mask on, and you got to look at just the box, and then they tell you that it tastes really great. They tell you like, yeah, go ahead and buy it. It's delicious. Like, I'm not going to buy something in bulk if I don't know what it tastes like. Stupid. I digress. So there's this lady standing there, and my husband strikes up a conversation with her, and she says, well, I'm just so grateful. At least they let us have our jobs. Now, you know what? I freaking get it. It has been an obscene year. We have, in the last year when all of this began to kick off, we were in Southern California, and then on March 18th, they got the hit to get the hell out of the state. And on March 19th, they locked everything down. And my intuition and the timing has been just perfection every step of the way because I'm like in tune. But this stuff has been going on for a year. I've been talking to a friend in Ireland today, and they have been on between a level 2 and a level 5 lockdown for a freaking year. They're being told what items are essential to purchase. They are not allowed to open their businesses. How many people have you known that have been affected by this? We were just in Nevada. Nevada's on a restriction. They can only have the restaurants at 35% capacity. Y'all, I worked in restaurants for years. That is business suicide. That is small business suicide. So to hear someone in public say, well, at least they let us keep our jobs. Now, I got to tell you something. This culture and this society has taught you to be grateful. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, King, for this gift of bounty upon me. It has taught you to be dependent, to look to some boss or job or external thing outside of yourself for security, your government, something, science experiment. They've taught you to be externally focused. They have, in doing so and having you be so externally focused, they have made you dependent and desperate. They've removed your power. You've given it to them. And then they give you back breadcrumbs. If you've ever had a relationship with a narcissistic family member, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They undercut, they undermine, they backstab, they gaslight and make you feel crazy, they triangulate, they are crazy making machines. They have you believe things that didn't actually happen. They convince you of your smallness, of your lack of power. They get you to hand it over to them on a silver platter. Here, you're weak and defenseless. We know better for you than you know for you. We'll just take care of you. And then they give you back breadcrumbs. If you've been in a romantic relationship with one of these types of people, you know what I mean. Like, they give you just enough of really good to string you along. The gratitude movement has made a group of people, and it is systemic, it is invasive, it is an invasive species that has invaded the ecosystem. This gratitude virus. And here's the problem with gratitude. I'm so grateful. Being in that space, you can get people to be grateful for the tiniest of things, things tinier than your most basic human rights. We have people that are groveling, that are on their knees, that are begging, that are literally injecting known carcinogens of experimental things into their bodies in order to, because they're just so grateful. Your addiction to gratitude is keeping you tolerating the intolerable. The infringement on your human rights is an intolerable thing. The fact that you are grateful for the most basic things like your right to breathe, to show your face, to use your voice, to be yourself, to have a business, to connect human to human and heart to heart. That is a right. Because you are here on this planet, because you are alive, that is not something that anyone outside of you can take away from you. And if you have lost any of those things, it is because you have taken them away from yourself. And I've got to say that. Many of you are in a cage that you have put yourselves in, and you did it willingly. And you've been locked up, and they threw away the key, and you didn't even realize that you were put in the cage because you had placed yourself in one long ago. How many places have you been tolerating the intolerable? How many jobs have you stuck around for way too long? Because at least I have a job. Do you know how limiting that is? Do you know how much bullshit that is? To think that you are actually here to suffer, to struggle, to just get by. I mean, I could deal with it. You're not here to just deal with your life. You're here to live it. And I've probably been kicked off of Facebook because I mentioned some words that are not meant to be mentioned in the King's land. The amount of censorship that happens on these platforms is something that should concern you greatly. You shouldn't just have gratitude that they exist, that you get to still watch your cat videos. You should be in uproar because they are trying to silence your voice and keep you out of your power. Those that control the information control the people. When you control the information, you control people's realities. When you give people programming, they didn't even hide it. For years, y'all have been sitting down for your nightly programming, your nightly dose of freaking programming. And you're grateful for it. I'm so grateful for my big TV so I can be programmed by the people that want to poach off of me. Come on now. Now, there's a lot more that is itching to be said. That's all for today.